Hello and welcome to my look ahead video, and it's the week after the Super Saturday that wasn't, and it turned into be a super damp squib, and frankly nothing has changed, and we're back here. All the banners, the pro-Brexit and the anti-Brexit are on College Green and continuing to lobby. But first, as usual, my eco tip of the week. The nights are drawing in. The temperature has dropped. Many people will be thinking about turning on central heating. If you can keep your central heating no higher than 19 degrees, that makes a big difference on energy savings. And of course, you should be lagging your boilers to make sure you're not losing up to 30% of that heat up into the atmosphere. Now, what on earth happened on Saturday? Well, Saturday was supposed to be the day where Parliament at last got a vote, which I think we could have got through, to approve the deal in principle that Boris Johnson brought back from Brussels last week, confounding all the pundits who said he was not going to get a deal. Well, what happened is that my colleague Oliver Letwin, together with various other Labour and opposition MPs, put down an amendment that basically said we're not going to give approval to the deal until the legislation, which is now this bill, actually goes through Parliament, which would mean a bit more delay. And that's the last thing we need. It's the continued delay and uncertainty which is causing so much damage. So then what happened is we all came back on Monday, and the government tried to put down a vote again to approve the deal, but the Speaker, in his wisdom, said, no, you can't. So now we've actually got the piece of legislation, the European Withdrawal Bill, and we're going to be debating this on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, solidly this week. I'm prepared to stay up all night and debate it. We've now got lots of people saying, oh, we haven't got long enough to debate this piece of legislation. Well, let's face it, Jeremy Corbyn said he was going to vote against it before the deal was even published last week. We've been debating this for 3.5 years. We've had now well over 500 hours of debate in Parliament alone. If people are serious about upholding their pledges to deliver Brexit, this bill is the way to do it. And if we can get this bill through, then all these fears, and I understand them, about so-called crashing out without a deal disappear. Now, there's a lot of detail that still needs to be discussed, but that doesn't actually happen in this bill. We're then going into a 14-month transition period, and that's one of the things this bill enables, as well as guaranteeing citizens' rights, and we've got things on the face of the bill about workers' rights and everything as well, all important stuff. But the next 14 months are all about discussing the detail of our trading relationship with the EU, the way we share security matters, information, and all that sort of thing. And there will be lots more debate on that going on in Parliament. There have to be lots more debate and lots more legislation to make that into effect. That's not going to happen until we get this bill through by the end of this month. And that's why I very much hope, I will absolutely be voting for this, and I very much hope that enough people from across the House see that this is now the opportunity to deliver on Brexit and uphold the pledges that we made in the last election, and particularly in those constituencies, 406 constituencies, where the majority of people voted to leave. So let's see what happens by Thursday, but I hope we've got this bill through its first stages in Parliament. What's happening the rest of the week? Just on local matters, I had a really good meeting with the new Chief Inspector for the Adur and Worthing division. She knows the area well. I particularly talked to her about local policing, the new PCSOs we're going to get, the problems in East Worthing around some of the homelessness projects are there, and she's going to come out with me. We're going to go on a patrol and see a lot of people there and make sure that the police are properly taking this seriously. There's a short break from Brexit last night in the Commons. I went to a fantastic reception and presentation by the Scouts with Tim Peake, the astronaut, also there to launch their A Million Hands project, which is all about doing some really good community work across disabilities, across mental health, across the environment in our local areas. It's a long time since I was a Scout, but I think they're as relevant and as important and as fun as they always were back in my day. On Wednesday, I've been able to secure a debate on health visitors, really important part of looking after new parents and new babies in particular. And although the coalition government got the numbers up considerably, they've been dropping off, and I want to draw attention to that. On Wednesday also we have the Home Secretary in front of the Home Affairs Select Committee, and there'll be a lot to grill her on, not least on post-Brexit arrangements as well. A number of things around the constituency on Friday and Saturday, after lots of late nights this week, and I shall be ending up at the Southwick Horticultural Show. on Saturday afternoon, where I'm not going to be exhibiting. I haven't had much time to be on my vegetable patch, but I'm going to be handing out some of the prizes. So next week I'll report on what happened on the week after Super Saturday. Oh, and finally, just a point. The eagle-eyed amongst you noticed in my video on the Environment Bill last week, which is a great bill, a chunky bill. Apparently I misspoke, is the phrase, and mentioned it's all about quantity, not quality. Well, actually it's about quantity and quality. There's a lot of really good, robust legislation in there that's going to make us the most environmentally friendly government in the whole of the EU. So thank you very much for paying close attention. We've changed the subtitles to reflect that.